Hey, what is up, guys? It's your boy Michael back with you with another video, and this time we're doing it quick. Yesterday was just, our defeat to Iowa State, and now, I'm just trying to move forward. And today I'm going to bring you a video where we're previewing the TCU versus Texas Longhorns matchup. And, okay, so let's go ahead and jump in it. So, apparently, Sam Ehlinger is probably going to return, maybe even start. I know their center, a guy I went to school with, Zach Shackelford. He's a big dude. He's also a cool guy. He had a concussion and didn't travel with the team to Baylor. Well, I mean, it was only going to be like a 2-hour drive, but he didn't travel with the team. I'm not sure if he's going to be ready to go or what. And then, we have Sam Ehlinger, their leading passer. You got Cam Warren, the third, I believe, their leading rusher with 371 yards, along with Colin Johnson. I believe he's like a 6'3", 6'4", or maybe 6'5", receiver, with about, I think, 36 receptions for 571 yards and a touchdown. So he's obviously a big playmaking player. I remember watching the USC game, and he was making big plays. He was making those leaping catches like the guys at Iowa State did against TCU, and he was really making them go. I mean, they were in third and long situations, second and long, and they just throw it up, and he went up there and grabbed it. So I'm expecting Jeff Gladney, who really shut down Alan Lazard in the second half of Saturday's game. I expect him to be on Colin Johnson. Ranthony Tejada to be on Devin Duvernay, Redwan Isahaku, Gerard Hurd. And then let's go ahead and focus on the other side of the ball. TCU's offense is going to be out to make a point. They're going to want to go out there and they're going to want to dominate, because I know that they're not happy with the way they performed. We're supposed to be getting Patrick Morris back at center, which will allow Austin Schlottman, who I'm not happy with, but Austin Schlottman to move back to guard. We're going to be able to do a lot more stunts, a lot more pulling and everything with him at guard because he's athletic and fast. Then on Texas' defensive side of the ball, I mean, you just got playmakers all over the field. The leading DB, I guess you can say, is Deshaun Elliott. I think he has 5 interceptions or something like that. I mean, in my opinion, I can't really say that those are his interceptions. I mean, a Baylor wide receiver couldn't catch the ball, went right through his hands, tipped up in the air. Elliott was there to catch it. Against USC, right through his hands, Elliott was there to catch it. Against Maryland as well. I mean, there's a lot of luck on their side of the ball. He's still a playmaker without a doubt. But is he a ball-hawking playmaker like the 5 interceptions show? I don't think so. But still, credit to him. He has hands. He's catching it, getting his offense more chances to score points. And then what I'm really gonna look at is how Texas's front seven handles TCU's running game, because I know Texas is like a top 20 national defense. TCU is a top 10, because I was looking at the stats last night. TCU is number 3 in the country in rushing. They are number 9 in total defense. They are number 3 in red zone defense. Number 7 scoring defense. And I think that's all I can remember off the top of my head. So I expect our defense to show out. Offensively, again, I think Kenny Hill's going to come back. And I'm hoping and expecting a huge game from Kenny Hill. He needs to bounce back. He owes this team a bounce-back game. He owes the fans. But if Texas is just really isolating the pass, then I guess, you just got to do with what you got. Go ahead and stay with the run. I expect TCU to actually dominate this game, guys. I know you Texas fans may not like that. But, I mean, on the offensive side of the ball, Texas, I mean, look, I love my boy Zach Shackelford. He's my guy. But I think that offensive line is going to get eaten alive by TCU's pass rush. I don't think that they're going to be able to open up holes for Cam Warren. I don't think that they're going to be able to protect Sam Ehlinger. And Sam Ehlinger may even get hurt by a potential sack or throwdown. We don't need any late hits, any roughing the quarterback or anything like that. No penalties that are hurting us. And I find it hard to believe or see Texas putting up 20 points or more against this defense. I mean, too many offensive line struggles. They have a hard time running the ball. And, I mean, isolate the pass, and I think TCU finds success, and they hold Texas under, like, 200 total yards. Maybe even 150, depending on how determined they are. And offensively, I'm expecting Kenny Hill to come back with 4 touchdowns, about 300 yards passing. I think Darius Anderson gets about 90 yards rushing. Kyle Hicks gets about 60 or 70. Kind of like what we had in the Iowa State game, but hopefully no holding penalties negate that. And Kevontae Turpin, I think he'll be a solid player in this game. I'm just looking for plays from all over the field. I think everybody on this roster is going to be making plays. I'm going to go ahead and jump into my defensive player of the game I expect. I think I'm going to go Ty Summers because Texas is going to want to try and run the ball, but they're not going to find any success. I think Ty Summers because the defensive line, well, mainly no. I'm not going to put a player out there. I'm going to put a unit. The front six of TCU's defense is going to be the unit or player of the game. They are going to stop the run. They're going to get after Sam Ehlinger. They're going to force him to throw quick passes, which he sometimes finds success in. He does. I'm not going to lie. Sam Ehlinger is a tough kid. He is. He can make plays. I saw him against USC, although USC isn't that great. I saw him against Oklahoma. Oklahoma's not that great. But the plays that he was making were not freshman plays. The throws that he was making were not freshman throws. This guy is an accurate quarterback, and he has great potential in college football, maybe even in the NFL. So, I really hope the game plan and the play calling is going to be better this time around. Maybe even Malik Jefferson, the linebacker core of Texas, may even have a big game. They're definitely going to want to try and stop the running game of TCU. The secondary is strong. They're going to have to pick their poison, get some good trick plays in, and catch the ball. When you get an opportunity, we need to catch the ball. It's not supposed to be cold. It's supposed to be like 60, 65 because it's going to be kickoff at 6:15. And really, my final score is going to be about, I'm going to say TCU 41, Texas 14. I think this TCU team I think this loss, that performance lit a fire under this team. Gary Patterson is even more determined to keep winning. He's going to keep lighting a fire under this defense. They're going to keep showing out. I think Texas gets a garbage time touchdown, and they seal it. So that's my final prediction. TCU moves on to 8-1. They win 41-14. I just don't think Texas can keep up with TCU's offense, nor can they get anything more like 20 or more points against TCU's defense. I just can't see it. And I also want to get into the college football playoff. TCU's hopes, they took a hit, but they're not out of the water. They're not out. They definitely need chaos to happen. If y'all follow me on Twitter, y'all would see a tweet that I made out about my final predictions for the next 5 weeks, including the Big 12 championship game and the final college football playoff rankings. That's going to determine the final 4 teams to compete for the national championship. When I look at Notre Dame's schedule, I honestly think they win out. When I look at Clemson, I mean, only winning 24-10 against Georgia Tech at home is kind of concerning to me. I think they might because you can never underestimate Jimbo Fisher getting up for a big game. And Clemson goes on the road to Florida State. They may get upset. I do anticipate Clemson to lose to either NC State or Miami, or maybe even both. Miami is going to lose to either... I think they play NC State this year. They're definitely going to lose against Notre Dame. I just don't think Miami's strength of schedule is enough to get them into the playoff. I see the Pac-12 beating itself up. I see Penn State maybe even losing to Michigan State. Ohio State wins out. And finally, Wisconsin, that weak schedule, they're going to lose to Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game. And Georgia, our best hope, I'm kind of hoping that Georgia loses to Auburn, makes it to the SEC title game, and loses to Alabama. And then my final predictions, I think Alabama's going to be number 1. Ohio State's going to be number 2. I think I'm really stuck on whether if TCU can get to number 4 or number 3. Because chaos does need to happen. It does need to happen. The committee likes national brand. It likes ratings. It likes money. People want to see Oklahoma. They want to see Notre Dame. They want to see Georgia. They want to see national brand teams. And TCU definitely has to win out. They have to. I also think they have to win out convincingly. They need to beat Texas convincingly. They need to beat Oklahoma convincingly, Texas Tech convincingly, Baylor convincingly, and hopefully Iowa State in the Big 12 championship game convincingly. I think when you look at TCU's strength of schedule, their side of the ball on defense, and when you look at their offense, they really only had one bad game, and that was at Iowa State, which was a horrible game. But with the way the committee looks at, I hope they give TCU the edge and gives them number 4 or 3. And most importantly, the first college football playoff rankings come out on Tuesday. And is there a chance TCU finds itself in the top 10? I think so, but I think it's going to be like 9 or 10 at the most, at the highest. Because I think when you lose on the road, I think, of course, Iowa State is still a good team. Iowa State should be in the top 15. TCU should be either number 9 through 12. That's my opinion. If they are number 9 through 12 or better, 9, then I think they are still set up and they still have a chance to improve, pad their resume. They got a conference championship. They'll be the lone champion. Notre Dame doesn't. And you might have a 2-loss ACC team coming out of the ACC. And then, of course, Ohio State with 1 loss to Oklahoma. So that's it for this week, guys. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. And let's just keep this rolling. Let's hope that, this team, TCU, rebounds from this Iowa State performance. We get ready for Texas, Oklahoma. Hopefully we trounce them. We get ready. And eyes up, keep climbing, guys. Go Frogs.